got to make sure that you're 100%.
Yes, hello and welcome back to the Codcast. My name's Andrew Snaith and we're talking Whitby Town. I'm very pleased to say that the Whitby Town manager Harry Dunn is on the line. Hello, Harry.
Hello, Andrew.
How are you doing, Harry?
Not so bad, how are you?
Yes, very well, thank you. Of course, counting down to the start of the new Evo Stick Premier League season. And it's an exciting time when the new fixtures are out, Harry.
Yes.
You'll have no doubt perused them already. A new challenge first up, Mikolova Sports.
Yes, we'll have to be doing a little bit of homework on the Mandro before we even start the season. But there's a lot of good games this season, Northwich and FC Halifax and again FC United and Bradford Park Avenue and teams of that ilk. So it's going to be an exciting season.
Absolutely, Harry. We were, of course, talked over the last few weeks about who we'd like first and all the rest of that. Unfortunately, missed out on Halifax and FC United early doors. FC United is beginning of December, the home match, and we'll have to wait till next April before we welcome FC Halifax to the Turnbull. That's if our FA Cup game with them doesn't go to a replay.
Yes, that's quite right, and hopefully when we play both sides, they'll hopefully be near the top of the table and bring a good support and create a good atmosphere, as I think FC United did last year. So as I said, the good games to look forward to.
Absolutely, Harry. And as I just alluded to, of course, it's Halifax away for the Blues first up in the FA Cup. That's in September. And, of course, we've got a pretty tough trip to Hensford as well, of course, who we remember from their Unibond days. Of course, they're now in the Southern League. Not particularly kind to us, those draws.
No, but at the same time, you kind of pick and choose your opposition in the Cup, Andrew, and you've just got to take it as it comes. We'll be doing our homework and hopefully do a little bit better than what we did last season when we got trounced by Vauxhall at home. So a difficult game for us, but also a difficult game for Halifax and Ferdinand.
Absolutely, and if we could be a little bit more cynical, I'm sure Mr. Manser and the committee will be looking at it thinking, well, we have to split that gate. Not a bad team to split the gate with, a team who gets very often over 1,000 people through the turnstiles. Well,
it would be nice for them to hit the ground running and be top of the league by the time we play them and perhaps getting 1,500-1,600 in, because it obviously helps things out money-wise for the club, but as I've said, it's going to be difficult for them. I know Neil Aspel very, very well, and he's been around a long time like myself, and so I'm sure they'll not be taking it lightly, and we know we've got a hard game on our hands, but anything can happen in the Cup, as we've said all along, and, I would to be perfectly honest, Andrew, I'd much prefer to be going to FC Halifax with 1,000, 1,500 people in as, some local sides where, you barely scrape 150, because it's still a banana skin, and it's still a hard game to win.
Whitby Town's Cash Bonanza is just £1 a week, and you could win the top prize of £500 or one of the other great cash prizes. All the money taken goes back into supporting Whitby Town Football Club. So please contact George or Maureen in the club shop for more details.
Money, money, money.
Okay, Harry, and of course the fixtures always throw up a few odd little quirks, and just 7 days after that FA Cup tie away from home at Halifax, we're away from home against Halifax.
Well, it's interesting. Funny enough, I had a look at the FA Cup draw last week, and would you believe Spennymoor will play Bedlington Terriers in their first round FA Cup tie, which will be a difficult game for both sides, and then when I look farther down the FA Vars draw, Healy were paired again. So, it's just the one of those things what happens in football, but it's again, you can't do anything about it, and you just got to get on with it and do the best you can.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, actually. I noticed Frickley have drawn Kendal in both the FA Cup and the FA Trophy as well, so they're going to be sick of the sight of each other.
Well, it just goes to show there's no cheating going on, doesn't it? That's the main thing. But no, I mean, it's the games are there to be won. That's the main thing, and I think everybody has a chance of beating everybody else, and it's who does well on the day and who gets the breaks.
Absolutely. Now, of course, since we last spoke, Harry, been a number of new signs, but the latest one being Darren Craddock, former Hartlepool United and York City player. He also started his career out at Sunderland, I believe, as a trainee. Can you tell us a little bit more about Darren?
Well, I think he did begin at Sunderland and had a couple of seasons as a trainee, as you said, and then went along to Hartlepool. And actual fact, we had him on loan at Whitby a few years ago, and he was just a young lad at Hartlepool. I brought him along. I think we had him for a month or two.
Yes, I've got some stats supplied by the Lensmeister himself. Mm-hmm. He tells me he played 7 games for Whitby in 2004.
That's right. So 2004, you're talking 6 years ago. So I think at the time he was 19, he's 25, 26 now, I believe.
Yeah.
So he was only a young boy then, and to be fair, I can remember he did particularly well. We played him at right back, and we also played him in centre midfield at Worksop one game, and he did particularly well for us. But he had a decent career at Hartlepool. I think he played a few first-team games, if I'm not wrong, and then went down to York and had a couple of seasons at York. Last season he was up at Blythe. And we just got a little whisper in our ear that he wasn't particularly happy at Blythe, so we did the customary give him a ring, and just on the off chance he might fancy it, and he did. Met him last week, had a little chat with him for a couple hours last week, and then we signed him he gave us an answer on Saturday that he was more than willing to come back with us, and so we're particularly delighted to get Darren back. For all he's 26, he's got he's played around the York and the Hartlepool area for a long, long time. He's a good footballer. He's a smashing lad, great temperament, and we think he'll be a good addition to the squad.
Well, and also, Harry, I think with us likely to lose experienced players in Denny Ingram and Chris Hansen, you've brought in a guy with pretty good experience who's played Football League, I think just short of 100 games in both the Conference National and League Two. And yet, as you say, he's still only 25, 26.
Well, he is. He's like a lot of players, Darren. What happens to them? They break into the Football League at a young age, and unfortunately for them, it doesn't really materialise. They don't go on and go to a higher standard. And he's, as you say, he's played 100 plus games. But unfortunately for him, and fortunately for us, he's gone down a little bit in terms of the standard. But he's still a very good player. He'll still be a very good player for our level, and he does give us that little bit of experience. He does talk. He's a decent organiser. And as I say, he's very level-headed, and we need that type of player in the back alongside Kev and Ibby. Andy Leeson's re-signed again. To me, he'll be a good signing. But we won't be playing Leeson as a striker again. I can assure you. Well, at least hopefully not. We've got Ash Lye there, so we're looking pretty strong at the back so far. But we're particularly delighted when he decided to come and join us, because he has took a fair cut in wages to come and play for us, and that doesn't always happen at our level of the game, Andrew. They're always looking for the extra pound here, there and everywhere, but it wasn't in Darren's case.
Hey, are you looking for a great venue to hold a birthday, christening or anniversary party? Well, look no further. Whitby Town FC's clubhouse could be just what you need, and it could be free of charge, and there's plenty of car parking as well. So for more information, contact our chairman, Graham Manser. You'll be really glad you did.